A little bit of bonus footage here. This is the second tire that I'm printing. Again, Overture TPU, 50% cubic infill, 5 perimeters. You can see the stringing I was talking about. You can see this little thing on the end of the extruder, a little magnet on the shaft that shows you which direction it's spinning. When you see it spin counterclockwise, that's retraction. It's pulling that filament back up, which is generally thought of not to be a good thing when you're printing TPU. I thought I turned that off, but evidently not. But it still is printing okay. Part of what I did, apart from I used the Sane Smart TPU profile in the Prusa slicer, I lowered the speed just a little bit, print speed. This also helps. This is from Thingiverse. This is a spool holder that uses 4 bearings. Each one of those wheels that the spool is on has a bearing, and it takes very little pressure to get that to spin. So the extruder doesn't have to pull hard on the filament at all to get it to come off the spool. And then if we go over here, you can see there's a screw there above the fan. That is the tension of the Bondtech gears that pull the filament down off the spool and then push it into the hot end, down into the nozzle. I backed that way out. That's normally pretty much flush with that housing, and you can see how it's sticking out. I just backed it up way out. It's hard to see on the other side just because this printer is in a really cramped position, but there is a window in the other side that you can see. There's the matching end to that bolt. There's the nut that holds it in. And then there's a little window where you can actually see the gears. So I guess what happens if you have a problem with TPU, it's usually that the TPU will start coming out of that open window, because that's an easier access for it to flow than down into the nozzle, because it's flexible, it's bendy. So unlike a stiffer PLA, it'll try to find the path of least resistance to come out. So I guess I got lucky. Like I said, first tire I printed first try. Didn't even have to stop the print, change a setting, and try again. So just got lucky with unscrewing that to the point that I did. And then I know that the spool holder probably helps with the lack of tension that it needs to be able to pull the filament off that spool. If you're wondering what those blue things are on top of my extruder, these Prusa extruder motors run stupid hot, and so I just had some of those little heat sinks that you put on stepper motor drivers that I used on the Tivo Tornado, and bought a bag, way more than I needed, so I just stuck 4 of them on there just to help get some of the heat from that extruder motor out. Closer look. I'm sorry if the picture is flickering. This battery-powered LED flashlight at least makes it look like it's flickering to me. Yeah, so just quick shot since I'm however far I am into this. 68%, running the bed at 50 degrees Celsius. The nozzle at 235. Flow rate 100%. 3 hours and 20 left. This is the Prusa Smooth PEI sheet. You might be able to maybe see a little discoloration. Maybe not. I used glue stick on top of the PEI, because everybody says that TPU can be so sticky that it can damage your PEI sheet when you try to pull it off the bed. So I put glue stick all over the bed. I wasn't sure, exactly how wide and it was going to print, so I just overdid it with the glue stick and put a ton on there. And the print finished probably an hour before I got up in the morning and took the print off of the bed. And when I took it off the bed, it just came right off the bed. There was no issue with it. So I put some more glue stick in a circle around the area where this prints, and just started up the second tire, printing the second tire. So while I was in here, just thought I'd add a quick video of that on there.